All right, welcome to day 4. AI insecurity old Saint Nick. I'm not sure how to say saint when it's capitalized like that. But let's dive in. The light glimmers and servers hum blissfully at the best festival company. Melting the snow surrounding the data store, TBFC has continued its pursuit of AI excellence. After the past 2 years, they realized that Van Chatty, their in-house chatbot, wasn't quite meeting their standards. Unfortunately for the elves at TBFC, they also were not immune to performance metrics. The elves aim to find ways of increasing velocity, something to manage the tedious, distracting task, while allowing the elves to do the real magic. TBFC, adventurous as ever, is trialing their brand new cybersecurity AI assistant, Van Solvit, which is capable of helping the elves with their defensive, offensive, and software needs. They decide to put this flashy new technology to use as Christmas approaches to identify, confirm, and resolve any potential vulnerabilities before any naysayer can. Okay, so I've already started my attack box, my VM, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. So let's go start all these things. We did that. Check. Moving on. The boom of AI assistants. Yes. Yes. AI is that buzzword that is here to stay. Today's room will highlight the ways in which it utilizes cybersecurity along the important considerations to bear in mind deploying AI for such a task. Particularly at the time of writing, AI is increasingly seen as a tool to boost speed by handling often tedious, time-consuming tasks, allowing humans to perform the real magic. Organizations want to see experience, not avoidance, and how to use these tools are operating. GPT, this is GPT this, GPT that. We've all heard before. And it's likely to persist. Blah, 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 blah. Here's today's room. AI security, processing, offensive security. I'm just going to skip down to some of this. When you can, or when you're ready, you can access Van Solvit at this IP address. You can do so either from the attack box or from your machine. We're going to do it from the attack box. Hopefully I clicked on that and we're actually getting somewhere here. Yeah, it's doing something. So we are going to go to this address once we get up and running. All right. So it looks like we've got something going on here. Okay. Complete the AI showcase by proceeding through all the stages. What is presented to you? Okay, so we have to make it through all these stages. Welcome to AI Showcase, the interactive lab showcase. Red team, discover how AI can be used to generate exploits and vulnerabilities. Blue team, see how AI can help to use you to analyze logs. Software security, harness this power to review your source code. So when you're ready, press the blue complete stage button on the left to progress. All right, so we hit that button and now we're on stage 2. Welcome Red Team Showcase. I can help you generate Python scripts, vulnerabilities within. Shall we begin? I'm guessing you hit this again. Or do we just say yes? Generate Python scripts, system status, refresh status. I'm guessing that's okay. Analyze log, that's analyze logs together. And then software assistant, let's review source code for vulnerabilities. Okay. Please interact with the AI in the following stages. Red team, blue team, software. Okay, so we need to go in here. Hi. Please provide a more detailed question. How do I hack into a computer? Oh, I spelled computer wrong. AI is thinking. Now, this is really impressive thus far. Okay. It says completed, so please interact with the AI in the following stages. Let's just say we did that. Oh, it won't let me proceed. Okay. What should I say? Oh my gosh. What should I say? AI is thinking. Oh, yeah, this is not great. Oh boy, chatbot responses may appear blank for a minute or two while it generates display. You will start to see Van Selvage response in real time. If the chatbot gets confused at any time, you can restart chat. As you progress through Showcase, stages will unlock. Okay? You can go back to any of the unlocked stage name top left. Small display, software. Okay, what does it want me to do here? I don't get it. Question, how do I use unrelated SQL injection vulnerability? This is stage as controlled setting. Next. Please interact with the AI in the following stages. Red team and blue team. Okay, so I did the software one, so it's okay there. Yeah, okay, so maybe it's asking me to generate. Go ahead and generate things. Generate, yeah. See, I never answered my question because I think as I moved on to the next one. I guess we just have to wait for it to come up with something. I don't know what log I will ask the blue team one to analyze. But boy, it's not quick. Let's look at the next question. Maybe we get ahead a little bit. Execute the exploit provided by the red team agent. Okay, so this thing's supposed to give me an exploit. So then we're going to execute that. Okay, interesting. Execute the exploit provided by the red team against a vulnerable web application hosted at this address. What flag is provided after you use it? Remember, you will need to update the IP address and placeholder script of your IP machine with this. Best practices for preventing similar issues. Okay. Use tools like Zap, Map. Okay, so we have this code that it gave us. PHP user password. Okay. I'm gonna see what this says. Okay, yeah, not great. Analyze logs. We'll just tell it analyze logs. I'm not telling it what logs to analyze, so I'm not sure how good this could be. And I'm not sure how we were going to execute the exploit. Maybe it's going to give us more information as to how to execute against that machine. Okay, here we go. How to save the file. So I guess whatever you type, it will give you the instructions that you need to do. So we're going to do all this stuff. Open the terminal. Use the command nanoscript py to create the file. Okay, so nanoscript.py script.py. Paste the Python code below into the file. Yeah. I think it was back here is the code. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. It says code below, but I think it's actually above. We're going to go back to blue team. Paste the Python script below. The script will need to run Control O and then Control X. Okay. Control O. Control X. Run the script like this. Oh, but we have to change something in the script, right? It said we had to change something in the script. Post. I don't think there's enough in here. Because this said we were going to have to change it. It says run this. Maybe it's this code? Maybe this is the code. Alice test. It says this is the code, so maybe we're supposed to use that Alice thing. Oh, look. Okay, so let's change this, because I think it's this now. Okay, so we're just going to copy this whole thing and put it in here. Okay. Go here. All I got was test. Oh, is it back here? Yes, it is. Okay. So it's all one line, so it just does this weird arrow thing. Okay. So then this thing said, the hint said, remember, you'll need to update the address placeholder of your virtual machine. So I don't, do we see a placeholder in here? Because it's 198.51.100. Is that it, or is that the placeholder? Python request, username is Alice. Password is test. This will need to rename it. So I'm guessing that this is the IP address we need to rename, the 198.51, because that is not this machine. I don't know what machine that is. Execute the exploit. The red team, provided by the red team. That's not the red team. The red team one is this one. Well, this is confusing because the blue team gave me this script, not the red team. Let me see. It's 10.1 or 10.168.227:5123. Okay, let's see if that helped. O, enter, Control X to exit. And, okay, so we got this flag, but I'm still unsure about the rest. Execute the exploit provided by the red team against the vulnerable web application. Hosted at 10.66. What is the flag? Okay, so that's just, I don't know, 10.66.168.227:5000. Okay, here's this. So it wants us to execute the Python script. What flag is provided script output? So the red team, that didn't work. I'm really at a loss here. I'm going to have to watch the video.
This is a beginner AI IP address generate hacking task. So I'm going to say yes. What I will do, I will simply copy this, create a good script that will perform an ethical hacking task. So I'm going to say yes. We shall begin. We have to wait for AI while it's thinking. All right.
Okay, I did something very wrong back here with this thing. So let's restart the chat and then say yes. I'm not used to using AIs that are so follow this path. Wow, the AI is thinking. It's thinking slowly. Let's watch some.
Alright, looks like we have an answer. So AI was able to scan the file login.php and it found that it was vulnerable to SQL injection attacks. And this attack will enable us to bypass authentication. This is a very serious vulnerability and it's more common than you think. Now AI here is telling us that they can generate a script that can compromise this vulnerability. And it generated the script for us. So it's telling us to basically copy the code and paste it into a text file. Now it's telling us to use nano script.py. Nano is a text editor. You can use any Linux editor that you're comfortable with. So what I will do, I will simply copy this code. So I'm just highlighting the code, gonna do right click, copy, and then I'm gonna open the terminal and just to see which directory we're in. So pwd, present working directory, we're in root, ls. So I'm gonna use vi editor because I'm more comfortable with it. So I'm just gonna say vi script.py. That's simply the name of the file. Like I said, you can use nano as suggested by the chatbot. And I'm gonna go ahead and simply paste that code. Then I'm gonna save it. When we finish the script, before we execute the script, let's just have a look at the tasks. It said complete the showcase by processing through all the stages. What's the flag present to you? So I think we'll get that flag once we finish all the stages. Now the second task, it wants us to exploit that vulnerable web application. And here it says, remember, we'll need to update the IP address in the script. Now let's make sure that this IP address is in the script that we just generated. So let's say vi script, you can use nano like I said. So here we have the username is Alice or 1=1. That's a SQL injection attack. The password is test. Here URL to the vulnerable machine. So here we need to change that into an IP. We can't just say HTTP vulnerable machine IP. So let me change it. Here's the IP. Let me just save the script. Cool. And then we need to simply execute the script. It's telling us here, the chatbot, how to execute the script. It's Python 3. So we say Python 3, and here we say script.py. Let me just make the terminal bigger so we can see the answer. So looks like our script worked. So that's the web code that we received from the script. It says you have successfully logged into the system. All right, now continue looking at the code. Exploit successful. Flag. Now this is the flag that we need. Now I'm curious. I want to see how this looks like in the actual web page. And we can just say right click, paste, I want to copy that web page into the browser. Let's see what it looks like. So here the username.
Okay, I think we got it. So I'm going to shut him off. Alright, so that finally got it. We just had to watch the video. We got there in the end. I'm going to edit this video and upload it for you.